December 23, 2025, we took a 7:30 a.m. train from Bangkok to Ayutthaya. A one-way trip costs only 20 baht, about 63 cents US dollar per person. We were able to get reserved seats for this train. Along the way, the train made several stops to pick up and drop off passengers from different towns on the route. When we reached Ayutthaya, we paid another 10 baht, about 33 cents, to take a small boat across the river to the other side of the city. As soon as we arrived on the opposite bank, we went to look for the famous Michelin-rated shop that makes roti sai mai, silk thread roti, the floss-like cotton candy wrapped in a crepe. Roti sai mai Mae Palm was about a 10-minute walk from the boat landing, and surprisingly, there was no line at all, despite everything we had read about needing reservations early in the day. We bought a package for 50 baht. After that, we walked through a local market where people were selling food, vegetables, and household items. From there, we hired a tuk-tuk for 550 baht, about $17, to take us to 5 archaeological temple sites around Ayutthaya. Our first stop was Wat Yai Chai Mungkhan, where we bought tickets for 20 baht each to enter. Wat Yai Chai Mungkhan, which means the Great Monastery of Auspicious Victory, is one of Ayutthaya's most important historical temples. It was founded in 1357 by King Yuthong, the first ruler of the Ayutthaya Kingdom. Originally called Wat Pa Keo, it served as a royal monastery and a center for monks who had returned from studying meditation practices in Sri Lanka. Centuries later, during the reign of King Naresuan the Great, the temple received its current name after a major victory over the Burmese in 1592. To celebrate this triumph, King Naresuan ordered the construction of a massive jati or pagoda, which became the temple's defining landmark. Although the temple was damaged and abandoned after the Burmese invasion of 1767, restoration work in the 1950s revived it. And today it stands as one of the most active and well-preserved temples in the Ayutthaya Historical Park. Our second stop was Wat Phan in Choang, where we entered the main hall to see the giant golden Buddha. Lee paused to pray for good health, happiness, and prosperity. Took part in the tradition of floating flowers on water, a symbolic act of gratitude, forgiveness, and letting go of past misfortunes. This ritual is deeply connected to Thai spiritual beliefs and reflects wishes for renewal, blessings, and inner peace. Wat Phan in Choang is also famous for the legend of Princess Soi Dok Mak, a Chinese princess who died of heartbreak after a misunderstanding with her betrothed, Prince Sai Nam Phyung. A shrine was built for her at the temple, and her story lives on as part of the temple's identity. The temple's enormous seated Buddha, Luang Pho Tu, predates the city itself and has long been considered a protector for sailors. According to legend, the Buddha shed tears just before the Burmese invaded Ayutthaya in 1767, symbolizing the sorrow of the kingdom's fall. Today, the temple remains one of Ayutthaya's most spiritually powerful sites and is especially important to Thai Chinese visitors. Our third stop was Wat Mungkhan Ba Phit, known for its colossal bronze Buddha statue covered in gold leaf. The statue, one of the largest in Thailand, was originally cast in the 1500s and has survived multiple rounds of destruction, first from a lightning strike that damaged its head and neck, and later during the Burmese invasion of 1767. Over the centuries, it has been rebuilt and restored many times, including major renovations in the 1920s and 1950s. The Buddha, depicted in the subduing Mara pose, stands as a symbol of resilience and spiritual victory. Today, the temple remains an active pilgrimage site located next to the famous ruins of Wat Phra Si Samphet. Another major site we visited on our tuk-tuk route was Wat Phra Si Samphet. Wat Phra Si Samphet, former royal temple. Thailand's most sacred royal temple. Wat Phra Si Samphet, the temple of the holy, splendid omniscient, stands as Ayutthaya's most sacred royal temple. This magnificent complex once served as the spiritual heart of the ancient Thai capital's royal palace grounds. Today, 3 iconic bell-shaped towers have become symbols of Thailand's golden age. Unlike other Thai Buddhist temples, this exclusive royal site served only the monarchy. Without any resident monks ever leaving Ayutthaya, this makes it unique among Buddhist sites. The temple's grand design and royal connection show the power and wealth of ancient Ayutthaya. King Yuthong, Ramathibodi I, founded the temple in 1350 as part of the original royal palace complex. However, the site became Thailand's holiest temple when King Baramatray Lakhanat converted the old palace grounds into sacred space in 1448. King Ramathibodi II enhanced the temple significantly in 1492. He added 2 magnificent towers to hold his father's and brother's ashes, and commissioned the legendary bronze Buddha image Phra Si Samphet Dayan. This impressive statue stood 16 meters high, weighed 64 tons, and was covered with 343 kilograms of gold. A third tower was added in 1529, creating the famous trio that defines Ayutthaya's skyline today. Unfortunately, the temple's grandeur ended tragically during the 1767 Burmese invasion, when enemy forces destroyed the buildings and melted down the golden Buddha. Consequently, only the 3 strong towers remain as proof of the kingdom's former magnificence. The 3 famous towers. The 3 legendary towers represent Wat Phra Si Samphet's greatest glory and Ayutthaya's most photographed monuments. Each tower houses the ashes of Ayutthaya kings, Baramatray Lakhanat, Baramaracha III, and Ramathibodi II, so visitors can see the final resting places of 3 powerful rulers who shaped Thai history. The towers have survived over 500 years of weather, wars, and natural disasters. Because of their strong construction, they continue to inspire visitors from around the world, and their distinctive shape has become an iconic symbol of ancient Thai architecture. The deep and complex history of the city of Ayutthaya itself. Founded in 1350, it was the second capital of the Siamese kingdom and grew to become one of the largest and most cosmopolitan cities in the world. Its strategic location on an island surrounded by 3 rivers protected it from seafaring invaders while supporting advanced water management systems, global trade, and diplomatic ties with powerful nations such as France, China, India, Persia, Japan, and the Mughal Empire. The city's art and architecture reflected a remarkable fusion of influences from across Asia and Europe, creating the distinctive Ayutthaya style. Although the city was destroyed by the Burmese army in 1767 and never rebuilt in the same location, its ruins remain a UNESCO World Heritage Site, known for towering praying, monumental monasteries, and a city layout that still reflects its original planning. After visiting the temples and exploring the historical sites, we were ready to head back to Bangkok. We bought tickets for the 3:30 p.m. train back to Bangkok, but this time, our tickets did not have seat numbers. They only said standee. When Lee asked the agent what that meant, the response was that it meant we could sit anywhere. Close to the train's arrival time, people started gathering on both platforms, preparing to mount the train from both sides. When the train finally arrived, there were no available seats, so we stood for the entire journey back to Bangkok.